Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of The Rundown. I am your host, Craig de the West Coast, behind enemy lines, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
Slightly off the East Coast, a little bit closer to the East Coast than Craig is, but maybe on the mobile rundown studios. That's where I am today. This is your co-host, Mike Piwowarski.
Exactly. As you notice, we have the dual, mobile rundown studio, if you want to call if you want to call it that. But our attitude is the show must go on.
It is. When we say the mobile rundown studios, it makes it sound like we got to get a better funding source.
I know. So, if you're out there watching, the Glock mobile rundown studios would be really nice, or maybe the Ruger rundown studio would be really nice.
I was thinking more of the Ferrari rundown studios would be nice as well.
I could.
Oh, there we go. The Lamborghini.
Either way,
Let's do
either
it.
way,
Yeah.
Whatever y'all are willing to kick down, just know that we are.
That's it. We're here.
Sir, it is Taco Tuesday.
For you.
Are you planning on having any good tacos today?
Oh yeah. There'll be tacos shall be had today. Yes, they will.
Excellent. So, folks, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it because, the signal to stuff mobile, you never know what's going to happen. And as audio the last program, let's try and get through this one before something happens on either of our end. What do you say?
Sounds like a great plan. I'm hoping to get at least one topic in.
All right, let's get at least one in. All right, we're going to start at the very top. Now, for those of you who watch CNN, and I know that's probably not many of you out there, Don Lemon or Don Lemon, whichever one you want to call him. Well, let's just say that Don Lemon is, how shall we say, he's extremely left wing, and he's an example of an individual who bugs me the most because this is an individual who makes millions of dollars on a program on CNN that is $300 a week additional federal unemployment benefit. And lo and behold, guess what? People are going back to work, Mikey. Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, listen, even here in my home state of Florida, we had been receiving the $300, and it was crazy. You had places that were looking for people to come to work. They wouldn't come to work. They were offering $1,000, $2,000 bonuses if they'd come and work for 90 days. Craig, and I'm not talking about teachers and surgeons or anything like that. We're talking about servers and cooks. For the tourist industry, that's what they were offering. Well, the governor here, Captain Florida, took away the $300 incentive, and then the second thing he did behind that to make it even more productive to bring people back to work was during the COVID, they eliminated the unemployment requirement that you had to go door to door and make contacts with people to try and get a job. Well, they waived that during COVID because of the social distancing rule. Well, they got rid of that, and now you had to prove again that you're actually looking for employment to gain and to maintain your unemployment. Once that was gone, we have dropped. Our unemployment rolls are dropping like you wouldn't believe.
Right, and and here's the thing, folks, and I've had people get mad at me because they're saying, "Oh, well, you're saying that people are lazy and this, that, and the other." I'm like,
yeah.
No, I'm saying that people generally make decent economic decisions when you can make more money or as much money by staying at home than you can going to work. Financially, it makes more sense to stay at home, right?
It does. But I tend to think of that as I don't know. That's still a lazy decision for me because you have the opportunity to get back and jump into the workforce and be productive. Maybe you can work towards a raise, but I don't know. Maybe me calling it lazy is unfair because if you tell me I can have $5,000 a month to stay home or $3,000 to go to work, you know what? I'll probably find a way to do both.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. I bet you most definitely there are people that are doing both.
Yeah. Cash is king, baby.
We all I think we all know folks who are double dipping like that.
Yeah, and mostly, the ones I know, they legally do it with the government retirements and fundings and stuff. So I'll be clear on that.
There you go. All right, let's get on to the next story. Now, this one kind of tripped me out because this was an article. It was a commentary that was written by a lady. who decided to write, her whole context of her thing was, well, if you're Christian, how can you not be for gun control? I mean, why would you be afraid if the government was seeking to take away your firearms? Because, well, if you're a Christian, you don't care if you die because you're going to go to heaven. So why shouldn't you just be okay with the government being willing to take away your guns? Now, before I comment, Mike, just first of all, tell me what you think about this particular commentary.
Listen, what's her first name? I always forget her first name. This Schumann girl. She was she was one of the victims at the shooting at the community college, I believe, in Virginia a few years back, where she actually was one of the ones that was injured. So not like this the David Hogue kid who was home and had to ride his bicycle back to school to be a victim.
Her name is Taylor Schumann.
Taylor, that's it. Taylor. Yeah, Taylor was an actual a legit victim of the shooting. She at this point. I know. Listen, people go through traumatic events and they wander off different ways to find peace. She has said that Christians don't need guns because we want to go to heaven. Well, yeah, but not today. Okay, all right. I think that's the deal. I'm not. What is it in? It's in the Muslim religion. It's the theory of inshallah. I can just, it is Allah's will. I'll just go outside. I don't have to look left and right to cross the road because if a car hits me, it was Allah's will. Well, Christians, we want to live a full and happy life and see our grandchildren, great grandchildren, and all of that. Well, get to heaven at one point, but not today.
Well, but the other thing, Mike, is that it's, first of all, it's not just about protecting us; it's about protecting others. Not everyone who we know and love, not everyone in our community is a believer. And once again, if you believe what we believe, I'm not trying to proselytize to you, but if you believe what we believe, you have to have accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior in order to go to heaven. Once again, not proselytizing, just laying down what the beliefs are that she claims to have. Yeah. Now, with that. If you know someone who isn't, well, don't you want to help them to be able to live long enough to be able to make that decision, or hopefully make that decision? Give them as much opportunity to make that decision. Or maybe, the person who you're protecting, maybe there's someone who they're supposed to talk to, later in life, next week, next month. We still have to be able to protect. I mean, part of our responsibility is to be able to protect the innocent and protect others. The other thing is that at the hands of the sword comes subjugation, and in many cases, and one need only look at China, modern day China, where at the barrel of a gun they are restricting the individual's right to be able to worship however they wish. And that's what's so crazy about it. But I will just leave her with this one particular scripture where Jesus basically says, if a man does not own a sword, he should sell his cloak and go buy one. The point is that you have to be able to fight. You have to be able to defend yourself and defend your right. And it's not about taking someone's life. It's about protecting innocent life and protecting the life of others. And I think this young lady really needs to spend a little bit more time studying the Bible before she starts writing such commentaries.
Yeah, and let's be clear on that. That was her commentary. Her commentary was, if they come for your guns, Christians should just give them up because they should not fear death because they get to go to heaven. So that's what we're referring to, death today, as opposed to protecting those around you and trying to get others into the Lord's path and in the future.
Right. It is a perspective where basically she is taking her worldview in this particular case on guns and trying to make her faith fit around it. And folks, here's the thing: I don't care what your faith is. Well, I do care, but the whole thing should be your worldview should fit your faith, not you shouldn't change your faith to fit your worldview. Otherwise, that's
God,
a
family,
religion.
Yeah. God, family, country, in that order. God, family, country.
Exactly. All right. Speaking of some of the weird stuff that's going on, some of the weird stuff that people are claiming, in New York, the New York AG. Now, we all know that in New York, they seem to be much more committed to things like taking down the NRA or going after President Donald Trump or anybody associated with any Republican anything, right? Well, they are actually fighting crime there in New York. In fact, the Attorney General has did a big press conference about this major drug ring or gun trafficking ring, which netted 9 whole guns, including one ghost gun.
9 guns. This is a whole year. This whole year of an operation here between 2 different regions, the Hudson Valley region, the capital region there, and she finally got 9 guns off the street, Craig. Now, they did not tell us at all if these guns were being used illegally, if these guns were stolen and recovered, if these guns were used in the commission of a felony, or they were simply possessed by people in or around these other participants. We have no idea. And the ghost gun itself, remember, the ghost gun was seized. It has no serial number on it. Ooh. Maybe it does, because ghost guns do come with serial numbers, by the way, Craig. You can order them either way. So we have no idea. But again, they did not give us any details about the firearms other than 9 guns were seized. Okay. What were they doing? Were these guns running wild in the streets by themselves? What were they doing?
Well, Mikey, I'm wondering, I didn't hear anything about thousands of rounds of ammunition. I didn't even see anything about hundreds of rounds of ammunition. I'm assuming that they actually confiscated dozens of rounds of ammunition.
Yeah, I've got that on me now. This is just the typical stuff. Listen, our drugs are bad. Yeah, Mr. Mackey tells us all the time, right? Okay, drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. We know that. And any amount. This is heroin. They again. And to make it sound huge, right, Craig? This is a years-long investigation. They got just over 1 kilogram of heroin, which is any amount of cocaine. Any amount of bad drugs, illegal drugs, is bad. I'm not trying to downplay with the work that the fine people and the attorney generals and law enforcement did there. But, they're taking these firearms and trying to put them up in front and center as if the firearms were the ones, selling the drugs. The firearms were the ones smuggling these things. We have no idea how this was involved, other than 9 firearms showed up. Oh, and by the way, it looks like one Glock 80%er kit that was put together, one Smith & Wesson, one Sky, and then the rest are 6. The other 6 are Glocks. So it looks like Glock's winning. No matter what the fight is there, it looks like Glock's winning.
It's funny that you point that out, because that was exactly what I was thinking. I was like, all these Glocks. I was like clearly Glock is the firearm of choice. They are dependable. That's right. I happen to be a Glockaholic.
Yep. That's it. I'm a Glockhole as well.
All right. So, hey, Mike, this next one isn't necessarily news, but I've seen this video kind of circling throughout the internet. And what's great about this is for those who talk about common sense gun laws, I just want you to get an idea of exactly how confusing gun laws can be. And I think I've yet to see anything that is as funny and makes it as plain that how problematic it is when gun laws are the way that they are. But not just that, but when the ATF, because most of the cases in this particular video are examples of the ATF's interpretation of gun laws and when they wind up changing. So it's a little long, but I think you guys will enjoy it. So check it out.
Hold on, Craig. The premise of this is that, because I noticed the beginning of this is cut off, is that this was at an NRA conference. They asked the ATF to come and explain some of the different gun laws to all the participants that come to like an NRA annual meeting. So this is the ATF being a guest lecturer at a conference where there's 100,000 gun owners, and this is the premise that you're about to see, because it looks like the beginning was cut off from the source we got it from.
Right. Well, I wanted to cut off because I'm trying to make it as short as possible. This was about.
Oh no! This is great. But there's a couple copies of this out there, and the one copy that we have is a very clear copy, but the beginning is gone. So I just wanted everybody to understand the premise of it.
All right, here we go.
We're going to talk about pistols. Look at that. It's very simple. It's a pistol. Everybody knows what a pistol is, and that's a pistol. Click. Look at this. This isn't a pistol. This is an AOW. I see that it kind of looks like a pistol, but it's clearly not a pistol. Click. Who made this PowerPoint? That's a pistol. Also a pistol. Apparently, don't need a tax stamp for that one. Click. All right. Let's go back. Click. Okay, so this one's a pistol. Next. Click. This one's a rifle. apparently. This is a rifle. Oh, because it has a stock. It's got a shoulder thing in the back there, so this one's a rifle. Let's just move on. Next. All right, so here we got a rifle. As you can see, everything's in there. It's a 14 and a half inch barrel that's been pinned to 16. Got a nice banana clip. Perfect rifle. Click. Well, this looks like the same. What's different here? All right, this is an SBR. This is illegal. You'll go straight to jail for this one. Pay your $200 tax stamp or go straight to jail. Hold on, we're going to go back again and see the difference between this one and the previous one. Click. All right, so this one's a rifle. Click. This one's an SBR. All right, moving on. Next. This one's a pistol. All right, let's go back. Click. This one's a SBR. Click. This one's a pistol. This one's a pistol. Looks like it's fine. Everything's fine with it. You can have this. No tax stamp. All right, let's move on. Next. Click. This one is an AOW. Yep, this was an AOW. Straight to jail on this one. Click. Well, this looks this. All right, let's go back. Click. All right, this one's an AOW. It's in red. You go to jail for it. Next. This one is not an AOW. Oh, the grips are different. See, the grip's a little bit different. That makes a big difference, apparently. 10 years in prison for that little grip thing there. Next. All right, so here we got a rifle. Pretty much the same rifle we've been looking at this whole time. That's great. Everything's legal there. Next. Click. And now it's a machine gun. All right, so let's go back. Click. Let's go forward. Click. Yeah, these are the same gun, but it used to be a rifle, but now it's a machine gun because we said it's a machine gun now. So, all right, moving on. Making this easy for you guys. Next. Oh, this isn't a rifle or a pistol. This is just a gun. These are called Title I firearms for those of you who aren't in the know. Pretty simple stuff here. Next. Okay, now it's a short-barreled shotgun. Yep, that's a short-barreled shot. All right, we're moving on. Shoelaces. Those are good. Next. And they're a machine gun. Yeah, you know, I've been working for the ATF for a while, and that's a real thing. You can really have shoelaces be machine guns, and that's why we determined that shoelaces can, in fact, be machine guns. That's just something that we do down here. It's how we get things done. Next.
Mikey, it's so simple. This is a machine gun because, well, we changed our minds.
Oh, Greg, listen, I bet you didn't know you probably had some unlicensed machine guns on your feet, did you?
I probably do, but folks, I cannot even communicate to you enough. This is how now you think they're bad at ATF. Wait till you get over to the California Department of Justice or places like New Jersey or states where literally you have executives who've decided, yeah, I'm just going to flat out ignore separation of powers. And I'm going to start reinterpreting stuff. It's happened in New Jersey. It's happened in New York. It's happening in California. It's happening in Massachusetts, Maryland. It's happening in a bunch of states.
Yeah. Everything you just saw in that video is true. 100% true. That's exactly what's happened and exactly what's going on right now. It's all true.
But here's the thing. The worst part is you can't get the anti-gunners to even acknowledge that that's the case because it seems so absurd, but it's the truth.
Right.
Which, by the way, Mike, leads us to our parting shot of the day. Before you judge the ATF, perhaps you should walk a mile in their shoes. Now, Mikey, what kind of shoes do those look like to you?
Those look like David Chipman's shoes. Is what they look like to me.
Yeah, folks, we call those clown shoes. That's what those are. Those are, in fact, clown shoes. So we'll let you make the inference. But in many cases, folks, like I said, you have a lot of people in, and some of them are fine, okay, folks, and they're following the orders that are brought down to them, because they're told you got to enforce this or you got to enforce that, and it's frustrating. I know many of them are as frustrated as probably you and I are, But when it comes down to the policymakers, the people who are setting the policies in these various agencies, whether it's a state Department of Justice or state Department of Firearms or the federal government, ATF, it's in many cases some cases they're just trying to enforce crazy, poorly put together gun laws. But in some cases, you've just got people at the top of these agencies that are, quite frankly, are hell bent on enforcing their vision of firearms in the Second Amendment, which is basically you don't get none.
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly what we've seen, and that's what's going on with the ATF. And we'll find out. We're following what's going on.
Yep. Yes, we're following it all, trying to stay on top of a lot of this stuff. In any case, folks, I want to let you guys know we very much appreciate you guys tuning in. That's going to bring us to the end of today's show. So, want to remind you, please take a moment, visit our sponsors. Right here, we have Grid Defense. We also have Guerrilla Machining. Also, make sure visit the California Republican Assembly. Give them a holler and let them know that you appreciate the work that they're doing behind enemy lines. But also make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends to do the same and support the Rundown. All right, Mikey, you take care. I didn't know if we lost your sound there for a second, Mike, but you want to give us a holler? Okay, yeah. All right, we've lost sound from Mikey, so Mikey is going to go back to enjoying the sun and the fun there where he is. Folks, let us know if you can guess where Mike is, or if you can guess where I am, and we'll work on getting you guys some free goodies if you are able to guess where we are by the end of the week. In any case, folks, take care, have fun, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Hump Day.